Pumunta kami sa Lourdes na may dala. Hindi lang maleta, hindi lang itinerary, hindi lang budget. May dala kaming mga panalangin ng mga taong hindi makarating doon. At ang tanong na lagi naming tinatanong sa aming sarili, sasagutin ba ng Diyos ang mga ito? Bago ko ikwento ang nangyari sa Lourdes, kailangan ko munang ikwento kung paano nagsimula ang lahat. Akala namin ang trip na ito ay para kay Ann, pero hindi. Ang totoo, nagsimula ito kay Kuya Danny. Siya ang unang nagsabi sa akin, "Iha, pumunta tayo sa Lourdes." Matagal na siyang may chronic back pain. Nasubukan na niya halos lahat, steroids, chiro, pain meds, pero wala pa ring ginhawa. Kaya umasa siyang makakarating sa Lourdes. Noong 1858 kasi ipinakita ng Our Lady kay Saint Bernadette ang spring na ito at sinabi sa kanya na uminom at maghilamos doon. Mula noon, milyon-milyong pilgrims na ang pumupunta sa Lourdes, hindi dahil naniniwala silang may magic ang tubig, pero dahil naniniwala sila sa kapangyarihan ng faith and prayers. Pero noong January, nagkaroon ng mild stroke si Kuya Danny. Mahigpit ang bilin ng doktor, walang biyahe at walang lipad sa loob ng 6 na buwan. He was devastated. Sakto namang kailangan na naming mag-finalize ng plane tickets. Sa timeline ng recovery niya, mga July pa siya pwedeng bumiyahe. Napaisip tuloy kami, tutuloy pa ba kami? O babaguhin na lang namin ang buong plano? Habang pinagdarasal namin ang desisyon, may isa namang bagong dahilan ang unti-unting lumitaw. Hiniling ng parish priest namin kay Ann na pangunahan ang paggawa ng replika ng Grotto of Massabielle para sa aming simbahan at doon namin naisip, siguro nga, tuloy pa rin ang Lourdes. Hindi man kasama si Kuya Danny, kasama naman namin ang kanyang panalangin. Dumating kami sa Lourdes ng tanghali. Pagod, gutom, mainit pa rin. We rented an Airbnb there so we can have more room and we can cook our own meals. Nagpahinga lang, natulog at nang gumabi, lumabas kami para sa torchlight procession. Libo-libong tao, libo-libong kandila, libo-libong panalangin. At si Maria, ang aming go-go-go traveler, go lang ng go, pati sa kandila. Kumuha ng kandila, hindi isa, kundi 3. Lumabas ako sa procession para kumuha ng wide shots at noong hanapin ko sila, nawala na sila sa dagat ng mga kandila. Hanapin mo ba naman ang 4 sa libo-libong tao? Good luck to me. Hindi ko tuloy sila nakuna ng video, pero according to them, it's hard to explain. But standing there, praying with thousands of people from every corner of the world, you stop feeling like a spectator. You're part of one family, one faith, one prayer. It was overwhelming. Kahit pagod na kami, there was that urge to finish, to push through the pain, the heat, Dahil doon namin naalala na ang tunay na pilgrimage isn't meant to be comfortable. Sometimes it's in the suffering that we draw closest to Christ. Kinabukasan, Sunday. Fully equipped ang kitchen ng Airbnb namin. May cooking oil, salt and pepper at basic spices na. Kaya breakfast na lang ang problema. Nagdala ko ng tuna pouches, tapos bumili kami ng eggs, rice, kamatis, bread, brie cheese at syempre French butter. Sinangag, tuna omelette, kamatis on the side at 3-in-1 coffee. Feeling at home na kami kahit nasa France. Pagkatapos ng breakfast, dumiretso na kami sa grotto para pumila sa Lourdes Baths. 3 oras kaming naghintay para sa isang banal na sandali. Hindi pinapayagan ang kamera sa loob ng baths, kaya bago kami pumasok, tinanong ko muna sila isa-isa.
Anong pakiramdam mo ngayon?
Kinakabahan ako.
Bakit?
I don't know, parang I'm facing God.
I know, me too. Me too.
Kaya sabi ko, oh my God. So first, this is the first.
Naka-decide ka na what your intention is?
Yes, I am. I get my intention 1, intention 2, and 3.
1 lang daw.
Pwede pa yan, 2.
Okay.
No intention.
How are you feeling?
Huwag mo akong paiyak.
You have to record this.
Your intention, do you have intention?
You have your clear intention in mind.
Only one they said.
Okay. What are you feeling right now?
Ano? Habang I'm about to give my load.
Drop your load now.
Ano bang ibibigay ko sa ano? At the bottom of the cross. Here, take it. I don't know what to do.
I feel nervous.
Magkakaiba ang naging karanasan namin sa loob ng baths. No 2 experiences were alike. Some found peace, some found answers, some simply found the strength to keep believing, but none of us walked out the same. For more than 160 years, mahigit 7,000 healings na ang naiulat sa Lourdes. Pero dahil sa napakahigpit na proseso ng Simbahang Katolika, 72 pa lang ang official na kinikilalang miracles. At marahil iyon ang dahilan kung bakit karamihan sa mga pilgrim ay hindi pumupunta rito para humingi lang ng physical healing. Pumupunta sila para humingi ng pag-asa, ng kapayapaan at ng lakas na magpatuloy anuman ang magiging sagot ng Diyos. Sa grotto ng Masabiel, doon ko iniwan ang mga panalangin. Hindi lang ang aming mga panalangin, kundi pati na rin ang mga panalangin ng mga taong hindi makakarating sa Lourdes. Si Kuya Danny na siyang unang nangarap na makarating dito, ang aming mga magulang at mga pamilyang naiwan sa bahay. At si Joy Sheffield, ang aming kaibigan at miyembro ng aming rosary group na naiwan namang nasa ospital patuloy na nagbabantay sa kanyang asawang si Joe. Bagamat unti-unti na siyang nagpapakita ng mga senyales ng pagbuti, nananatiling maselan ang kanyang kalagayan. Inilagay ko ang kanilang mga kahilingan sa grotto at nanalangin. Father's Day, June 21, at hindi pa namin alam noon na sa araw ding yon may nangyayari sa Nashville. There was one more prayer intention we carried with us to Lourdes. It was for Joe Sheffield, a veteran, a husband, a father of 2 young boys, and the husband of Joy, one of the members of our nightly rosary group. Just 2 weeks before we left for France, Joe suffered a massive stroke. The doctors warned that the road ahead would be long and uncertain. Although Joe had begun showing signs of improvement, his condition remained fragile, and his family continued to ask everyone to pray. So we brought his prayer petition with us to Lourdes. We prayed for him in Nevers through the intercession of Saint Bernadette. We prayed for him at the Grotto of Lourdes, and while we were praying, Joe's recovery continued to unfold in Nashville.
Thank you, everybody. I appreciate it. God bless.
Keep the praying going.
I love you. Thank you, everybody. I won't quit. I love you. Keep the prayers going. I'll be okay. I'm just tired. I'll be okay.
But weeks later, he shared something with Joy that no one expected.
Friday, to be exact, 4th of July is Saturday. He told me, like, I had a dream. It was an ocean, bright blue sky, and I was running. I thought it was dreaming. I don't know what happened, but I just feeling something in my head is hurting. And he said, and I said, what do you mean? I saw your mom, my mom, your brother John, my brother Dwayne, and my dad. And I said, really? And I said, do you see Papa Jesus? And I said, yeah. What does it look like? He looked like Dwayne. It has a curly hair. But there's then I saw Mama, and I said, oh, yeah, you told me that. No, it's Mama Mary. Bring to the house rosary. And I even show him the picture. Is this the one? The Lord has a blue ribbon, because he keeps saying there's a blue tie on his waist. And when I show him the picture, it was confirmed. It was Mary Lourdes, the one who appeared on his dream. And he said, Mama says, it's not your time yet. Take care of holy water from Lourdes. Binigay sa akin yun ni Ann. Pinapahid ko palagi yun sa left side niya. And the left side is moving. He even kicked 3 times, but he gave 10 times of the kick of the left side.
Some may call it coincidence, others may see it as an answer to a prayer. We're not here to prove either. We're simply telling the story exactly as it happened. At si Kuya Danny, ang taong naging dahilan kung bakit nagsimula ang paglalakbay na ito, hindi man siya nakarating sa Lourdes, nakarating doon ang kaniyang panalangin. At naniniwala kami na ang Diyos ay may plano para sa iyo. Siguro yun ang isa sa pinakamalaking natutunan namin. Hindi lahat ng prayers nasasagot agad. Hindi lahat ay nasasagot the way we expected it. Pero wala ni isa mang panalangin ang nasayang. At syempre, hindi matatapos ang isang Travel Typecast episode kung walang dinner recap. Ito na yata ang naging paborito naming tradisyon sa buong trip. Isang dinner, isang tanong, at 5 different personalities. At gaya ng inaasahan, iba-iba rin ang naging sagot. Nagsimula ang kwentuhan sa gabi ng torchlight procession. As expected, nag-clash ang iba't ibang travel types natin.
Very meaningful. Yun ang parang dramatic, immersive experience.
Ano ba nangyari? Nag-shortcut ako, hindi ako pumila. Sa long line. Nag-cut na naman ako. 3 kandila. Yumuyo ko yung isa. Paglingon ko ng gano'n, nasusunog siya. Sabi ko, oh my God!
Yung torch kahapon. So, tinapos namin ng rosary from the beginning to end. Hindi kami shortcut.
Of course, naiintindihan ko, vlogger ka, dalawa yung vlogger ka. Pero nag-enjoy ako na we finish as a group. Kaming tatlo, parang it's, sabi-sabi kami natapos. Ang sarap ng feeling na after na nagkakapang kaming tatlo eh.
Yes.
Parang,
Yes. And then I joined in
Kung sa presisyon ay tawa at asara ng nangyari, the bath immersion brought out something deeply personal for everyone. Si Maria, our go-go-go traveler, let go of a heavy burden she'd been carrying since losing her husband Eric just 2 weeks before the trip.
Very emotional. No, I was crying and sobbing. Yeah. Before the day, I surrender everything. Sabi ko, ayoko umuwi ng carry-carry ko pa rin. Naramdaman ko parang electricity na umanon. Through your intercession, sabi ko, sabi ko, sabi ko, ilawan mo siya paakyat sa heaven.
Mula sa matinding emotional account ni Maria, our pilgrim Anne found a calm, beautiful sense of community naman.
ceremony talaga, and you have backups with you. Yung mga ladies that helped us, they were so supportive and they prayed for you. Yun ang talaga, it was so meaningful. You shared it with people that were around you. Like, ang ganda talaga.
Habang si Madam, our luxury traveler, proved that a little push from the group goes a long way.
Lamig ng tubig. No regret at all. Thank you guys. Kapag pilit ulit sa akin, next time pilitin niyo ulit ako. But no regrets at all. Parang nawala yung scenes ko and yung na-pray ko yung intention ko.
At kung si Maria ay umiyak bago pumasok ng bath, ang ating eternal optimist and Professor Sir Dave experienced the exact opposite naman. Sumabak siya na may kasamang takot at matinding mental battle, only to break down after the miracle hit him.
Ang tubig, saka parang ang pakiramdam ko parang what will happen with the process will not just depend on Mary and the Lord, but with my own personal thing. So ang pumasok na biblical passage sa akin, yung I believe but help my unbelief. Yun ang sabi ko. I believe but help me, because if I don't believe in this one, then this will be just a dipping on water. So and then I prayed ganun. Pagkatapos lang nung dip, na nag-dip ako ng water, tapos tumayo ako, nang tinayo na nila ako, and then saka lang ako talaga nag-breakdown.
Medyo mahina man ang mic ko dito sa dinner, pero bilang coordinator, looking at them across the table made me realize the real insight of this vlog. We have the pilgrim, the go-go-go, the luxury traveler, and the eternal optimist. Magkakaibang diskarte, magkakaibang emotion, pero sa huli, iisa ang journey. And that is the soul of Travel Typecast. Episode 4 is done. See you guys on the next one.
Ang ganda ng design.